Hi, my name is Jennifer Yarberry, and today I'm going to discuss audio perceptions, specifically how people perceive articulation and phonological differences in others, and how this perception can change over a person's life. For me, the topic feels personal because I had a classmate growing up who had trouble with pronouncing the R sound, in elementary school. We all thought it was kind of cute. No one really teased him, and it honestly made his voice stand out. But in middle school, I started noticing how kids would mock his speech behind his back, and shift. The shift taught me that what was once considered kind of cute really, unfortunately, was not, and people would tease and make fun of him. As an educator, this memory helps me stay aware of how students might be feeling, even though they're not saying anything. It also makes me more thoughtful in how I support students with speech differences, because I know from experience how we respond really does matter. So, now let me explain to you what audio perceptions are if you're unsure and have no experience in education. Imagine you're talking to a child who says wabbit instead of rabbit. At ages 3 and 4, most people find this kind of adorable. However, as the child gets older, some things change. People might react a little differently to a 12 or 13-year-old saying that, thinking it's strange or even make fun of the child. That change is how you hear and react to someone's speech is called audio perception. It's essentially how our brain processes and evaluates someone's speech sounds, and these judgments can be influenced by factors such as age, culture, experience, or even stereotypes. People might not even realize they're doing it, but the way we hear a person can impact how we treat them. Now, let me tell you how this can affect the child or the student. On a positive side, if a student receives early interventions such as speech therapy and support for his or her articulation, it can boost their confidence. They may become more willing to speak up in class or participate in group work. Teachers and peers might also see them as more competent simply because they speak clearly. However, on the other hand, when the child or student struggles with articulation or phonological patterns, it can lead to misunderstandings or embarrassment. They may avoid reading out loud or answering questions because they're afraid of being laughed at. Over time, this can damage the child's self esteem and reduce their academic engagement. And these effects can snowball. A younger child might need a little help, but without the proper support, an older student might feel socially isolated, believing they're not smart, and simply refuse to speak. So, as you can see, audio perception shapes how you view and interact with others. These judgments begin early. As educators, we need to be aware of how our perceptions of students impacts their learning environment. Supporting students with speech differences is not just helping them speak more clearly, it's about helping them feel heard, respected, and capable. Thank you for listening.